Okay, as of January 17th, the single just hit. You know, we have the single, the first single, Kings County Media Group, distributed by Equity Distro. It's called MARCY, and the CY is SEE and WHY. The best way I could describe it is just a love story between me and the place I was born and raised. So I'm not gonna give the title of the book yet. It's not done, but it's almost done. But I can give you the basic concept. I'm writing a short book, which it will be a volume within, or a volume amongst several other volumes. And the basic concept of the book is to educate people about poetic license, or the poetic license aspect of lyricism. And in it, what I do is I analyze one of my landmark verses, like say for instance, nigga what, nigga who, and I talk about what I do. I incorporate the backstory, like all of the events leading up to me actually going into the studio and recording. And there were a lot of things that happened that would be very interesting. And that's good for the people who like the interesting story. And then the other part is where I list several examples of poetic license. I give the definition and I give examples of it or thereof. When those examples of poetic license come up in the verse, which is analyzed in the book, I state it one way or another by number, coordinating with the number where I have designated to the listed poetic license, you know, so where people understand, okay, that's what that is. Oh, that's the double entendre right there. Oh, that's automatopoeia right there. You know what I'm saying? So people get educated, and then they get educated in what poetic license is. Poetic license, it's not just the usage of those things. You know, it's the license, simply the license poetically to use those things and amongst others and to make it make sense. Like, cause how many times when you're in school, you know, somebody, you know, the teacher read poetry or read prose to you, and then they say, well, what did that mean to you? Because it could have several meanings based on, you know, your understanding of it, based on how loony the writer was or whatever. So that's one thing. I'm also working on, with a chemist, I'm working on a cologne, and I'm looking, you know, I'm still, can't say looking because I'm doing it with my nose. I'm smelling to find out what is the most appropriate and, pardon my ego, kingly fragrance to adjoin to my brand. And we're working on that as well. I can't give any names and titles and stuff like that, but this stuff is definitely on the way. But I will say this, we do have the February 16th date is the first date of what we have as our Busta Speaker tour. And the concept of Busta Speaker is not just live performance. Some of them, like the 16th, would just be exclusively a live performance, but we plan to have live performance, and also I will be speaking to several colleges and universities on the usage of poetic license and target their English lit curriculum.